Peace and power, peace and power. We are going to get started in a minute. Let's let a few people come into the room. I'd like to thank everybody for joining. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Rebellious Rhymer Podcast on YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to comment. Today, I'm going to be talking about a few different topics, okay? So just bear with me. But we are going to be jumping from different topics, okay? I got an annoying ass cat in the background. It won't shut up. But it's all good. We are going to work through that. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I do not have all night and I have things to do in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Peace and power. I would like to welcome you to another episode of the Rebellious Rhymer Podcast. That's right, family. Black conservatism without. We are going to start this thing off. Now, like I said earlier, I have several different topics that I'm going to jump on. So this is more like a random topic, and I have certain topics that I'm going to talk about. But I'm not just sticking on one topic, okay? So let's go ahead and get it started. First of all, how y'all doing out there, family? I hope y'all have been enjoying your weekend. Hope you enjoyed your Sunday with your barbecue or your church or whatever it is that you do on Sundays. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm out here barbecuing myself. Got a few pieces of chicken on the grill and some other stuff, some chicken breasts. So I'm just out here barbecuing and going live with y'all, man. I try to do this live every Sunday. Often, sometimes I'm not able to do it every Sunday, but, I try. But anyways, the first subject we are going to talk about today is YT liberals don't know what's best for FBA, for Black Americans, okay? Because it seems like a lot of YT liberals, and maybe they mean well, but they seem to think that they know what's best for Black people. And that's one of the main issues that I have with YT liberalism. Walk with me now, because we're going to slow roast this thing. We got a little bit of time. But walk with me as I talk about this. It seems to me that white liberals, their form of racism is even more dangerous than your typical, what do you want to call it, redneck, backwoods conservative. Their white liberal form of racism is more dangerous to the Black community than, like I said, the redneck style racism. It's a lot more dangerous. And I'm going to explain why. Okay. Number one, YT liberals, like I said, they tend to know what's best for you, which is racist on its own, right? Like, you think you know what Black people need and what Black people want. A lot of them do not think that they are racist, or they do not believe that they are racist, but your activities show your racism, and it shows that your racism is 10 times worse than that of a backwoods redneck. You feel what I'm saying? White liberals are more than likely the ones that are going to gentrify you out of your Black areas, okay? Out of your Black neighborhoods. That's one. They are going to be the ones who want to, let me do it like this. There's like a saying in the Black community, or like a rumor in the intelligent Black society, right? There's a saying, if you live in the Black neighborhood and you wind up seeing a Starbucks, a Whole Foods, or maybe even a Five Guys or something like that, congratulations, your neighborhood is being gentrified, slowly but surely. And it intends to be the white liberals who are moving into the melanated neighborhoods and buying up all of the property and things like that. Because your conservative YT person, typically they live out on the outskirts or in the suburbs, or they out in the sticks for the most part. A lot of them are. But you see the YT liberals in the big cities, and you could tell these guys, you could tell these liberals, they come off very nice, very kind. They come off that way. You'll see some of them. You'll see some of the females. You're definitely going to see a bull ring. You're going to see some bull rings for sure. You're going to see some rainbow flags. What's going on, Will? You're going to see some rainbow flags. You're going to see some bull rings. You're going to see some wild rainbow colored hair. The guys, you're going to see tight fitted suits. You're going to see man buns. Very clean metrosexual looking guys. Okay, you're going to see some beards. All of that kind of stuff. These guys when you see them in your neighborhood. They're jogging, they're walking their dogs, they're doing stuff like that. But these people are supposed to be your friends and stuff like that, but they will not hesitate to call the police on you if need be. So, that deads it right there as far as these YT liberals so-called knowing what's best for you and being your friend. Okay, so they are the main ones who, of course, corporations are buying up property and stuff like that as well. But when you look around in your neighborhoods, like I lived in Washington, D.C. for a long time. I'm born in D.C., was raised out there. I spent my childhood out there. D.C. was mostly all black. It was called Chocolate City back in the day. DC was mostly all black. Now you see a huge immigration influx in Washington, D.C., and you see a lot of YT liberals buying up a lot of the properties and in these neighborhoods, gentrifying the used to be black neighborhoods, Northeast D.C. I used to live off of 14th Street, 14th and Euclid Avenue. That's all gentrified now. That was an all black neighborhood. So these white liberals, whether they realize it or not, they think that they're helping by moving into the neighborhoods and stuff like that. But they're pricing the average people out of these neighborhoods. So that's an issue. Okay, YT liberals are quiet about mass immigration and about the effects that this mass immigration movement orchestrated by the Democrats. They tend to be quiet about how this mass immigration movement affects the black community. They're quiet about it. I don't hear them saying nothing about it. I don't hear them saying anything about the immigration. I don't hear them saying anything about illegal immigrants being dumped off into the black communities. I don't see them saying anything about it. Like I said, they think they know what's best for us. They think they know what's best for us. But they are so wrong. They couldn't be more wrong. I've had my dealings with YT liberals, okay? I've told the story here on TikTok before about my employment at a certain grocery store. I named the grocery store earlier, but I'm not going to name it again. But I worked at this certain health food grocery store, and the YT liberals, it was full of YT liberals, and they hired me on. The guy who was interviewing me, he seemed cool, a rock and roll type of dude, long hair, kind of reminds me of like one of those 80s glam hair bands or whatever. So he hired me, and during the hiring process, we were talking and chit-chatting, and, oh, man, I think your hair is cool, dude. He's talking about my hair. I had locks at the time. I think your hair is cool, dude. And so we started talking and chit-chatting. We started talking about music. He started talking about how he was in a band and he played guitar. Just real cool, liberal, white guy, right? So cool. We're talking, we're conversating. They hire me. All right. I go there, I start working in this grocery store. I am a cashier, mind you. But this cool white guy with that played the guitar and all that, this liberal white guy, he would often call me to the back to not only push the trash down the compactor down the chute, a trash chute. He would have me climb in the trash chute because it was big enough to fit someone in there, for somebody to climb in there. He would have me climb in the trash chute to push the trash all the way down if it got stuck. Mind you, I am a cashier. And he has me crawling in the stinky ass incinerator, dealing with trash, and then go back to my register and work. Like, he didn't see, and he didn't ask nobody else to do that. Nobody else in that grocery store did that but me. He asked me and me only to do that. And, I was young. It was one of my first jobs. So, and I didn't want to lose my job. I had just got an apartment. I had a brand new baby. I was trying to make a way for myself. I had just moved out with my father, with my woman at the time. And, we had just had a baby. So I was doing what I had to do to make ends meet, And, so just little dirty jobs like that. The woman there, she was a female manager. She just really had it out for me. And I think it had something to do with the fact that there was a friend of mine who worked there before I did. She knew that I was his friend because I would come up there to visit him sometimes. So she remembered me from that. But this friend of mine, he wrote a petition to try to get her fired because of her overt racism and bigotry towards the black employees there. And she's a liberal. And she's supposed to be a liberal. So that's what I'm saying. These people can call themselves liberals all they want, but they still practice anti-black racism. Sometimes worse than the conservative rednecks. They practice anti-black racism. That is why I say that liberal racism is 10 times worse than redneck, backwoods, conservative racism. It's 10 times worse. Peace and power to everybody in the building. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Rebellious Rhymer Podcast on YouTube. I appreciate you stopping by. Please send your hearts. Your gifts is never required, but is always appreciated. If you're just tuning in, you're tuning into the Rebellious Rhymer Podcast, Black Conservatism Without the Buck Dancing. I'm going to be talking about a few different subjects today, but right now I am talking about white liberals thinking that they know what's best for black people. And it's an issue. It's a problem. Like I said, they are not saying anything about this illegal immigration that has devastated the black community, that has displaced black communities, that has closed down black schools. You have people in Chicago protesting, talking about flipping Chicago red because the Democratic mayor out there is only pandering to the illegal immigrants and giving money and incentives and housing vouchers and all of that stuff to the immigrants. Closing down black schools to open up housing facilities or whatever you want to call it for immigrants. Like who does that, So of course we're going to complain. We are the foundational black Americans. We built this country with our bare hands. The audacity to try and undermine us and our struggle while using our struggle to advocate for illegal immigration. And why? Why are they pushing for so much illegal immigration? Why do they have people out there dying and getting shot in the streets advocating for illegal immigration? Why? Why are they doing that? They are trying to build themselves a brand new voting base that will undercut the black Americans because they see that the support from black Americans is waning. A lot of black people are leaving that Democratic plantation. Just like they're leaving that church plantation, they're leaving that Democratic plantation as well. That's right, they're leaving that Democratic plantation as well. And I'm here for it. That's right, I am here for it. I'm here for it. Their racism is worse, man. These white T liberals act like they know what's best for the Venezuelan people, and they think that they are supposed to take their side, the white liberal side. They're supposed to not be rejoicing the fact that their president has been removed. That if you support Trump, that you need your head examined, and you are psychotic, basically. So I'm sitting here listening to this man, and okay, why? Why does he say this? Well, first of all, he says that I've been to Mar-a-Lago plenty of times, and I've never seen black people there. So if you're black and you think that Trump likes you, then you need your head examined because you think that Trump likes you. Let me explain something to these white T liberals, man. Not only do we not think that Trump like black people, we don't give a damn whether he like black people or not. Especially me, and particularly me. I don't give a damn if Trump likes me or not. I don't give a damn if Trump likes black people or not. Who cares? We didn't vote for Trump because we think that he liked black people. And he says he does. You know, I'm not going to sit there. Do I believe him? I think he might be putting on airs a little bit. I don't completely believe him, but I don't think that he's out to get us either. That's just my personal opinion. You know, but I think all white T people have some type of racism. It's just built in their DNA. That's just who they are. Whether even the ones who don't recognize it, like these white T liberals, you tell them that they're racist, they're going to be very offended. But they don't. A lot of these people, they do not see their racism. You have a real black man around them that's not shucking and jiving and trying to pander to them, who's a real black man who will tell them the truth. They will let you know when some shit is racist if you're doing something that's racist. They will let you know, hey, if you sitting there telling these Venezuelan people that they don't know what they're talking about, they need to support you and your mission to dismiss Trump and to impeach Trump and whatever, it is racist. It's racist for you to tell a black person that they don't know what they're talking about if they support Trump and you need your head examined, psychotic and crazy. You don't know what you're doing. Poor little black person, you don't know what's going on. They think they know what's best and they do not. Ask your typical white T liberal, do they support reparations for black Americans? And see how quick that liberalism goes. That liberalism go right out the door if you ask them, do you support reparations for black Americans, children of enslaved individuals? Ask your typical white liberal, do they support reparations for black Americans? Let's see what they say. See what they say. So I don't want to hear nothing about no white T liberals aren't racist and, you know, all of that stuff. They're the most racist. Their racism is a lot more dangerous to us because it's camouflaged. It's hidden. You can't see it. Especially if your IQ is not up to par, if you don't really not good at reading the room, you're not going to see it. You are not going to see it. White liberals are very racist. I remember another job that I had. I used to work at called a pet hotel. Okay, where people would drop their pets off at this place while they go on vacation and stuff like that. And we would take care of the pets and feed them and groom them and wash them and all of this stuff, right? There were YT managers, female managers that worked there. You had this one woman, she covered her entire car with bumper stickers. Like, it was very, very much an eyesore, in my opinion. But she covered her whole car in bumper stickers. Bumper stickers covered her whole car. A bunch of liberal propaganda, rainbow flags, and Che Guevara. Typical liberal propaganda, right? She was very nasty and not very nice to me, okay? The only black guy that worked there. She would let me know who was in charge, all right? She didn't exercise any of that liberalism to me. I had one white liberal woman, she cussed me out. Cussed me out. Something about some dogs not getting their meds or something like that. And she cussed me out. Said a lot of racist things. And she thought that she can get away with this because she was dating a black guy. Oh, well, and she would tell me, oh, I need to talk to her boyfriend and we need to get together. Maybe we know each other. Why? Just because we're black, I need to get with your dude and we need to hang out and kick it. I don't know your dude. So what? Because he's black, you think that I need to be hanging out and kicking it with your man because he's black? I don't just rock with everybody like that. I don't care what color you are. So, just stuff like that, man. It's just stuff like that. Like I said, that liberal racism is 10 times worse. It's 10 times worse because it's hidden. They throw bricks and hide their hands. They throw bricks and hide their hands. The Democratic Party started the damn Ku Klux Klan. Nathan Beckford Forrest, he was a Democrat. He started the damn Ku Klux Klan. So you expect me to believe that these liberals have our best interests in mind? They do not. No, white liberals do not have your best interests in mind. I can tell you that right now. So for them to be getting on TV and chanting down black people, talking about where y'all at, why y'all not out here protesting with us, you got it. We done had our heads cracked enough fighting for our freedoms and our rights. We done got our head cracked enough fighting for other people's freedoms and other people's rights, fighting for that 14th Amendment so your illegal immigrants that you support so much can come here, drop an anchor baby, and say, okay, well, I got citizenship now, and I'm glad Trump ended that birthright citizenship shit. Because like he said, that birthright citizenship was meant for the children of enslaved black Americans. Not no illegal immigrants to hop on the plane 7 months pregnant, get to the country, drop a baby off. We see what you're doing. We see the scam. We see it. And it's devastating the black community. And these white liberals do not give a damn. They do not give a damn that the influx of the illegal immigrants is hurting the black community. They're sucking up the resources that could be going to the children of the slaves, that could be going to black people. They're sucking up the resources. Look at what's going on in Minnesota. Look at all the resources that they sucked up. That could have been going to black Americans. But they don't advocate for us. They advocate, and you got the Democrats now are sending people out to protest and to obstruct ICE. And again,